For all of y'all out there that can relate to having too much to lose, this one is for you. You know, sometimes we can be faced with difficult choices and decisions in which these situations may be very emotional, close to home, mother, sister, brother, you know, somebody harming one of them, somebody disrespecting one of them, somebody putting hands on them. You know, it could be just a level of disrespect somebody showed you up close and personal one day. And you might have wanted to demonstrate, but you thought about it for a second and said, I got too much to lose. I know if I go and do this, I go and say this, I go and write this or post this on my social media, if I go and act on the way that I'm feeling, I'll lose everything that I've worked so hard to build. And not just the tangible items, but just your reputation, your lifestyle as you're living it right now, and the relationships and the experiences and the moments that you have. You would be jeopardizing and, you know, risking throwing it all away for a moment of either pleasure or pain. Because you could be in pain and then want to go inflict some pain on someone else, and then in turn you do that to him or her, and then that person is gone or whatever you've done to them, and then how does that? It's a domino effect. Now it goes and affects their family in the worst kind of way, and yours, because now you locked up and now your family can't see you, or, you know, out in the free world for the rest of your life. So for all of y'all out there who have been through those times and trials where you had to stop and think it through and say, no, I can't do that. I can't react like this. As the late, great Philip Brandon Gilmore, aka Simple to P, would say, you know, you would mentally respond instead of emotionally react. And that's what a responsible man or woman is supposed to do and will do when faced with those type of decisions and choices where you know 2 seconds, a half a second, a minute of you making the wrong decision and risking it all can cost you everything, and you have too much to lose. For those of y'all who have been there and had to make those decisions and came out on top, I salute you. For those of y'all who have been in those situations, and made the wrong decision, now you may be in prison. Some of y'all may be resting in peace right now. I'm saying salute to y'all. For the ones that are alive that made those decisions, if you are free or whether you're incarcerated, I would tell you, learn from it. Don't repeat it again. It's not worth it. Somebody calling you out your name or, you know, talking crazy about you on social media and things of that nature, that's not enough to warrant you taking their life or, you know, putting your hands on them to the point where now they pressing charges and now you have an assault charge, and you're looking at, depending on your record, and unfortunately, a lot of black men or men of color have criminal records, whether it's misdemeanors or felonies. And from all angles of you looking at the, you know, the scenario, if you will, you would, if you're thinking it through, you're gonna come back to the conclusion that it's not worth it. I'm thankful to God, for real, for my father, for talking me off the edge many of times, speaking life into me when I wanted to crash. Since I was 16, you know, I can remember that's the age he adopted me, but I tell you, that's when I was really, you know, going to war with guys in the street and really on a on a path of destruction and mayhem and chaos and foolishness. And I'm thankful of the times that, you know, I didn't even realize how much he was saving my life and preventing me from going to prison for the rest of my life. Not only am I thankful, I'm grateful, and my gratitude leads me to where I am right now with y'all, right here. Telling y'all, don't risk it all, your freedom and your life, to prove a point to nobody. You don't have it. Hey, look here. The days of that shit is dead. Trying to prove your toughness, your realness, your solidness, your 100ness. You gotta prove that shit. As a man, every day you waking up doing what you're supposed to do is proving how solid you are. Living in your manhood, living your truth, living in your light, living in, moving and grooving in your lane, man. Enjoying your life with your loved ones. You doing you good. Who you got something to prove to? The right people that matter think the world of you. So don't you dare go out there and do no dumb shit and throw it all away. And have to be sitting in the cell and say to yourself, man, I gotta be one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the face of the earth to end up here and leave my children. Literally, I volunteered to leave my children and my wife. And my grandma, if she's still alive, my mother, you see what I'm saying? Nah. And especially guys in your 30s, 40s, 50s, because you've lived a certain amount of life to where you would have seen other guys crash out, other young ladies crash out and get all day 40 and 50 years in life sentences because of an impulsive decision, an impulsive moment of rage, jealousy, drunkenness or whatever it is. I ain't preaching, I'm just teaching. I'm sharing the wealth. And really reflecting on times where I've either talked myself off the plank or definitely my father has talked me off the plank. And I've had other guys that I grew up around that were older than me that would pull me to the side and talk to me and really jewel me, really, love me in the moment and in my moment of pain and speak life into me. And I'm eternally grateful for y'all. Eternally. Matter of fact, on that note, I gotta send a shout out to my man Ben, man. My man Ben. That's one of my OGs, if you will, big brothers, because after my brother All was murdered, Ben took me under the wing in Johnson Projects on that east side, and we used to hustle together, but he was very protective of me, taught me a lot, not just about hustling, but just how to carry yourself, conduct yourself in the streets, what to look out for, you understand, being on point, staying safe, being more so low key. And I learned some good things from Ben, and Ben just took care of me, man, like his own little brother. So I just wanted to throw that in there, because he, in light of me making a video talking about not throwing it away, he's one of them guys that's been with me while my soul was screaming out for help, and Ben was there. He'd take walks with me. I'd be freestyling all night in the projects till like 2, 3 in the morning, yelling and screaming, me and him downstairs smoking and drinking, and people yelling out their windows, "Shut the fuck up." I'm trying to sleep. I gotta go to work in the morning, man. Shut the fuck up. And this is in the projects, man, Johnson Projects. In my grandmother's building too, building 165. I'll never forget that night, man. So that was funny as ever. Ben was just laughing. I think we were smoking because we was hustling all night and we were smoking. And I just started freestyling. And I was he was hyping me up too. So you know, as I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm getting hyper, I'm hyper. We smoke. I think we had to be drinking too. Cause I remember I zoned out. And he was like, yo, he was getting me pumped. And then people was yelling out the window. But I thank you, big brother, for everything you done for me. You don't even know. You know? I'm not, you know what? I'll retract that statement. I would say the smile Ben used to have when he would see me, and even when I would see him over the years as I grew into, you know, my manhood for real and had children myself, he just would always have a look of joy on his face. And I think that's partly because him and my brother was they wasn't tight, but they were very much more than acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? So they would see each other and always, you know, kick it and show major love and respect. But man, I'm thankful for the brother, and I just want to say a shout out to his family. I know he has a son out there, and man, peace to you, young fella. God bless you, and just know that your pops was more than just a real ninja. You know what I'm saying? He was a good man, and he was somebody that was instrumental in saving me from myself at times. And that's something I don't take lightly. So I want to put that out there in the atmosphere, into the universe, and to the whole east side of Harlem, man. Rest in peace to my man Ben. I know he's supposed to have his services tomorrow. I'm out here on this West Coast. I'm not going to be able to come up there. But I'll tell you right now, you see what I'm doing right now in real time, brother? I'm keeping it alive. And I have a picture of us, Ben, on 110th in Lexington, outside of Wild House. You know what I'm saying? Where we used to go and get the paraphernalia from. You know, we posted up. That's either gonna be on one of my albums I put out or a single or something, man. It's a dope ass picture. But to the whole East Side, man, you know we love Ben Johnson Projects. Hey man, like I said, to his entire family, Dead Man, you know what it is. Morgue City, baby. Much love. And to all my Boricuas, man, because Ben was Boricua, so you know, all of my Boricuas, man, you know what it is. Bulletproof love and respect. And all of us as men, let's continue to think things through. Let's continue to put on display men who really got something under the hat. Men that's really speaking the King's English when we open our mouth. Men that are men of their word. Men that are, you know, controlling of themselves, have self-control, have discipline, have poise, you know, and not, you know, just out of whack and wanting to jump out their skin every time, you know, something don't go their way or they have a disagreement with somebody. So I know that's been helpful, man, to everybody watching. You know, don't risk it all. It ain't worth it. You know, fall back like a beach chair and continue to enjoy your life. I'll talk to y'all later. One love.